Greetings, everyone. I'm Satish Shankar J, and today I have a privilege of speaking with Professor Ankita Kapoor, a distinguished scholar in the field of law and governance. The relationship between law and politics have always been the central to the functioning of the democracy. While law seeks to uphold justice, equality, and fairness, politics often shapes how these principles are applied in real life. In recent times, India have witnessed crucial debates on issues such as judicial independence, freedom of speech, electoral reforms, and the rule of law, all of which raise important questions about how our legal and political system interact. In this conversation titled Law and Politics in the Contemporary India Balancing Justice and Power, we explore the evolving connection between the two pillars of democracy, the challenges our nation faces, and the way forward for citizens and the future legal minds. And let me go. Thank you, Professor, for joining us today. It is a great pleasure to have you with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, my pleasure. So, let's go on for the first question. So, could you like to share us with your journey in the field of law and what drew towards you to teaching and the research?
Okay. Since my childhood, I've seen a lot of lawyers in my family. My father has also done law, but not practiced it. So that was another thing that I wanted to do law. Then I joined a course, BCom course, but then I realized that no, I'm not very fit for it. I want to do law only. And then I joined the law course. The reason, there are many reasons, like childhood reasons could be seeing people in the family. Then I was so fascinated by the dress code of the lawyers, that I saw movies and I was fascinated by it. But when I entered the law school, I felt that yeah, this is something which is different from the other fields. And there's a lot of power, there's a lot of power that comes with people who do law. You get to know about a lot of things, social sphere, economic, political, legal sphere. So a combination of all, and I think it also enhances your analytical skills to a lot extent when you become lawyers, because you are always dealing with different situations and you're dealing with different interpretations. As a law student also, you come across mood problems and you come across various judgments wherein you feel that okay, oh, this has happened and this has brought a change in society, that has brought a change, or this is the pending litigation that is there in the court. So I think you evolve as a person also in this field. I'm not saying that you don't evolve as a person in other fields as engineers or doctors or other things, but since I'm part of this field, I can say that yeah, it gives you more power, confidence, and knowledge and analytical skill. After that, with respect to teaching and research, I wanted to be a criminal lawyer in the initial journey of my law school life. But then I realized that I'm not a fit person. Maybe at that time, the people with whom I was interning, they used to tell me that you're too soft to be a lawyer. You're too soft spoken to become a criminal lawyer. And yeah, I went to a court, and I think I shared with you also one day in
Yes.
class that I just saw criminals coming out of that bus, and I lost it. I said, no, this is not something which I want to do. I can't face my client like that. And I know that I have to hide something for somebody who I personally know that yeah, the person has committed an act. And I was not maybe ethically, or I thought that ethically I won't be able to do it. So I left that. And after that, yeah, teaching has always been, I think every child somewhere dreams about when they look at their teachers and some good teacher and they feel that okay, I can also go at that position and command. So yes, I have been fortunate enough that I have been taught by many good professors, and I realized that yeah, this is something which I can also do. And it was also because I thought that even when I age 60, I will always be able to connect with young minds, and I will never be old, at least when I am 60. I can still talk to them. I can know about, like now I'm teaching Gen Zs, so I know how Gen Zs feel, how Gen Z talk. and what is their opinion. And I think with every passing generation, you feel that now people are more aware, and sometimes your students tell you something and they give a bigger perspective or better perspective, because we are just living our life in a same pattern, and you meet your students who are 10 years 15 years younger to you, and they talk about something and you feel that, oh, that can also be a progressive approach. So yeah, that is also one thing which has actually one very big reason why I wanted to be into teaching. It is a passion more than anything else. I joined a corporate law firm. I joined ENY also, but then I realized that I'm not a very good fit for that job as well. And after doing my hustle in life of doing all the things, a criminal internship, a corporate internship, then joining as a associate at ENY and Thomson Reuters, I realized that no, I think I'm better suited for teaching because I've done that before joining my corporate job. So I realized that I'm much better for that role.
So it was really good to share your experience, ma'am.
Thank
And
you.
I believe that teaching is an art which cannot be done by everyone, and
Yeah.
you're excelling in that as well.
Thank you.
So
I
as a
hope.
student, I'm just giving a credit to it.
Thank you so
So
much.
moving on, so I would like to explore the deeper connection between law and politics. So how do you see the relationship between law and politics in democracy, that particularly in India?
With respect to India, I think law is law holds a major backbone in politics as well. Of course, the whole country relies upon the laws that we have, and and legislature makes the law, and that is one thing that we all know. The Constitution itself has defined that legislature will make the law, executive will interpret it, and judiciary will implement it. But the relationship, of course, they see the society, the problems in the society, economic problems, political problems, and on that basis legislature makes the law. So there is a relationship that exists, but I strongly believe that there is separation of power, and that separation of power is of course, we see now we hear a lot of news, and we hear a lot of uh, verdict, lot of things are happening these days, which is your fourth or fifth question also, which talks about separation. Third question, separation of power. So to combine both the questions, I would like to say that I still believe that we have separation of power and independence of judiciary. Like, of course, there are a lot of things with, because now we have freedom of speech and expression, and to a great extent everybody is exercising that. But if we lose that the whole trust in judiciary, that means as a system, as a democracy, we are failing and collapsing every day. And that is very harmful for us as a society, as a country, wherein we do have democratic rights. And if we will continue to say that law and politics are completely different, no, or they have no relationship, no, that is not true. They do have a relationship, they do share a relationship, and that they make laws. So yeah, they think about it, they ponder over a problem, and they bring a law. Like we see now Data Protection Act, or how cyber world has changed, so many laws are coming up, or we see tax regimes being changing, or any other thing. So yeah, that definitely, that relationship they share. However, if we are continuously saying that separation of power is now ignored, no, it is not. And I would like to talk about Justice Khanna here, when he said that judiciary is an independent body and people should respect it. However, judiciary should not command the respect, they should earn the respect. So there only is somewhere, if you look into this, he's pointing towards that judiciary is free and independent. And we have seen so many decisions. Freedom of speech and expression, we are in the era of this freedom of speech and expression, and people are talking about it. We see influences also happening, but if we are completely relying upon that fact, and if we start believing in it, then we are actually doing more harm and danger to our own society and to our country, because then the system will completely collapse. And if judiciary is going to collapse, then what is the whole point of like free, transparent, and fair world? Where are we in? There will be no justice. So So justice can be delayed but not denied, and we have seen in, as a law professor, I definitely have full faith in my judiciary and the judges. They're doing a good job. They know their job. And political influence, maybe because political parties are trying to do that, but we have seen the case which our ex CGI Justice Chandrachud dealt with on that electoral
Bonds.
bonds. And so many speculations, media reports, and so many research was saying that the judgment is not going to be that. But no, nothing like that. He said it is unconstitutional, even though the current government was involved in that. And there are many cases that we can look up to. There are many decisions that he has taken, or many other judges or Chief Justice of India have taken, which shows that judiciary is working independently and fairly. So yeah, separation of power does exist, like how Montesquieu described it. Not, of course, that strictly. Not, we are not doing a what we are not following it in watertight compartments, but yeah, it is still there.
Because many people believe separation of power is equal to weakening the country, but it is equivalent to strengthening the country.
It is necessary to strengthen the country. It is, the division is fair, and at least for last 70 years of independence, we have been following the same kind of division. How many years of independence now?
79.
79. And we are following it, and I think it is running successfully. India from last 79 years has grown as a bigger democracy, not only economically, but if we look as to social backwardness or other spheres, we have seen that we have developed as a country. Still developing in the race, but yeah, as a country, we have developed quite a lot. So yes, the separation of power and rule of law, both are completely working for India.
So, as a law student and the people who are watching this interview, so I would like to ask a question that what role do you believe young law students and citizens should play in improving the political awareness and in the legal practice?
I think for law students, it is very necessary that you understand legal aid, which is a directive principle of state policy under Article 39A. And because as a law student, you should not only understand the legal aspect of it, or you should not only learn the art of interpreting the law, but you should also understand that, understanding the society, because we are actually people who are dealing with the society on a day-to-day basis. Social problems we are dealing on a day-to-day basis. And if you do not understand the perspective of the society, and you alone will continue to interpret the law, then maybe you will not be able to achieve the desired result. And 39A is a mandate, of course, for free legal aid. I think when as a law student, you start doing that, you go to um, uh, rural areas, or you go for awareness campaigns, and you talk about issues that not only impacts you, but impacts to the other section of society for whom you are doing it. You connect with the problem more, and you understand it and deep dive into it to know that how a solution can be made. So law students specifically should be more aware. First thing, today sometimes when I go to classrooms and I ask about general things that are going on, they are not sure, they don't know, like who are actually the leaders of your country. Some people give me answers, still they think that APG Abdul Kalam exists, Dr. APG Abdul Kalam exist. So I think you are not aware, and you have come to a profession wherein lot of awareness of day-to-day world is very much required. You being a criminal lawyer, a civil lawyer, whatever it is, you do a corporate job also, every day there is some change that is happening. Every day there is new law coming up, new bill being passed, new bill being proposed. And if you don't know that, where is it coming from? And every bill or every legislation that is coming up is coming from some kind of problem, and that problem has to be addressed. So to understand that, as in your initial years of law school, you should also become part of legal aid centers. You should do legal aid. I'm not saying that only being a part of legal aid center in a law school is going to make a bigger change. You can connect with people in your own society, in your own family. You can talk about to them about their issues. Every family has a property dispute. Talk to them, understand from them, take their problem, and see that how you can help them, how you can suggest something to them. You are not only enhancing your knowledge, you are also connecting with the problem, you are researching upon it, and maybe you will be able to help them. You can ask, you can make them meet some lawyer, and that lawyer will also understand that okay, this law law student is active and he understands, and he may take you as an intern or then maybe offer you a job in a future. So I think law students, as far as law awareness is concerned, not only law awareness, I think all the social problems should be addressed by them. They should always have an upper hand when they are dealing and when they are speaking with the other person. They can tell them the social problems that are going on, or any political problems, or like right now we talk a lot about freedom of speech and expression, and we talk about liability, we talk about intermediary liability in digital age. And we all use phone every day. Law students are always on phone, they are using chat gpt or all open AI like anything, but they don't know that as lawyers it is not really ethically right for you to do that. And I have heard stories that law students go to internships in corporate houses and they upload the confidential files on chat gpt because they are not aware that you can't do that. You have to find a solution on your own. OpenAI cannot give you all the solutions, and that happens because you are very much disconnected from the rest of the world. You think that only coming to college and sitting there for 8 hours is going to help you. Doing some moot courts and presentations and some research work will make your CV. No. Sometimes people may ask you something which is just going on, something like right now everybody is talking about AI. Half of the population of law students, they say that AI is artificial intelligence and we don't know because there's no law. But Europe has a law, and Europe is continuously making a lot of changes, and India is making a policy, has a policy. We are trying to develop a law. You can talk about algorithm bias, you can talk about so many other things, you can discuss that what should be there. In fact, there are policy recommendations that the government is asking from all stakeholders, including students. If you can think about it, ponder over it, and send a policy recommendation, that will help you. So I think more than creating awareness for law students, right now the Gen Z generation and the current students should also be self-aware and then start doing the awareness for other people.
As like the AI is making being the master and making us the slaves.
Yeah.
So as a law student, I'm so eager to ask a question. It's like an out of
Yeah,
box
yeah,
question.
please.
So there is a phrase called lawyers are the best liars and cheaters. So what is your views on it?
That's our profession. Lawyers are liars. No denial about that. You will not ask your client that you have done a murder and I'm not taking your case. You will try to protect him even though he has done a murder, or even he is a offender. You will still try to protect him, not only for your own bread and butter, but with this is legal profession. You will find a loophole, or you will find to interpret the law in a way which will at least not reduce, not just not the whole punishment will go away, but at least some reduction of punishment can happen for your client. So that's a phrase, and it's being used for so many years. Lawyers are the biggest liars, but then lawyers are saving so many people also with the lie that they are saying every day. So we talk about human life, and we talk about human being the paramount. Human life should be considered as paramount. So then I think that we are doing a very good job. We are trying to we are trying to make a society. Of course, I'm not saying that we are trying to make a society which is talking about lies, or we are trying to make a society which is not honest. But yeah, we are trying to make a society wherein people are scared that they can get punishment. But yeah, there is somebody who always have a back. And I strongly believe that punishments uh, should be more in a way of reformation, reformative punishments, because you might give hard punishments, and you might ask somebody, of course serious offenders, rape offenders and others, I believe that even in rarest of rare scenario, or in every rape case, capital punishment should be there. I'm a strong believer. What is rarest of rare scenario in that case?
It
But then
depends upon people to people.
not people, rape is a rape. Let's not define it in three different categories. But for other offenses, yes, if reformation can happen and if you can bring a change in person, if you can make his life better in future, then yes, as lawyers, this is what we are contributing to society. Maybe we are saving them from one punishment, but we should make them understand also that no, you have not done a right thing and I'm trying to save you, and this is not what you should be doing in future, because I will be the first person coming against you. So that can also bring a change. But yeah, lawyers are liars, and that's a truth.
So, like, let's come to the end of the interview, and it's the final question. So, finally, what is your personal vision or the future of law and the politics,
In
particularly in
India,
India?
I think uh, law is evolving, and law is ever progressing. So yeah, the future holds very good for us with respect to independence of judiciary, or with respect to the decisions that we see, the changes that we are seeing as a country. And as far as law and judiciary is concerned, if we follow and if we continue to follow the separation of power, I think that will be more suitable. And politics and judiciary, we can never say that they are two sides of a path. They will join somewhere, but only to an extent where the independence of both the bodies is not hampered. So both should work for the people, like how our constitution says that we the people, for the people, by the people. And I think that should be the agenda for our politicians as well, and for our judiciary. So yeah, that's my view.
And thank you so much, Professor, for
Thank,
sharing us the good insights about the contemporary understanding of law and politics.
thank you
And
so
I
much.
really thank you for sparing me the time for the interview. And it
Thank,
will be helpful for the people who listens this interview, and they will get the knowledge.
thank you so much for having me. I hope.
Today's discussion reminds us that law and politics are not separate worlds. They work together to uphold justice, democracy, and the rights of every citizen. The professor's reflection on judicial independence, civic responsibility, and the role of youth have truly given us a deeper understanding of how we can all contribute to a more informed and responsible society. I hope this interview encouraged you to think critically about the importance of law in shaping our nation's political landscape. Thank you so much for watching. This is Satish Shankar J, signing off.